welcome to another Riot Control for winter 2014. My name is Alain, otherwise known as S.W.A.T, and I'm from ReverseThieves.com as well as the Speakeasy Podcast. And this time I'm going to be looking at Soni Annie, Super Sonico, the animation from Studio White Fox, and it is streaming on Crunchyroll. And for anyone who has never listened to one of these before, this is my look at the first episode of a new show of the season that Kate will not watch with me for various reasons, but I still felt like, we should review it. Probably because it is horrible, and people love that. And, so, a little while ago, actually a year ago, we started the Type Moon Roundup, because even before that, we did the APBs, where we have little news sections, and last year we spun off the Type Moon Roundup, and that made me start looking at figure blogs to find new Type Moon figures to put into the news section. Because I constantly look at figure blogs every day, I always saw this girl, Super Sonico, and she gets a lot of figures. She does not get Hatsune Miku levels of figures, but she gets quite a few figures. And I found out that she's kind of like Hatsune Miku. She's a mascot character for Nitro Plus, the visual novel company, but she also has songs, sung by this supposed mascot character. So she's not fully Hatsune Miku, but they are not totally unsimilar. And as you would expect, this is the anime of a mascot character. I mean, Super Sonico is basically your moe otaku perfect waifu. I was a little surprised that she's actually a college student. You would expect the normal fetish would be for her to be a high school student, but she is in fact in college. And I guess she's studying to be a marine biologist by the one class that we see her in. But she's the standard lovable girl mascot character. She is super nice and super polite, and everybody loves her because she is just so wonderful. And she doesn't really have any flaws that aren't cutesy, actually merit flaws. Well, they're flaws, but they're cutesy flaws. Like, oh, she has a hard time waking up, and oh, she's so naive, and oh, she's a little bit klutzy. The standard cutesy flaws that you expect. That they're flaws in real life, but they are not flaws for fictional characters. They're just cutie marks. She just basically goes through her day of being a college student, but she also is a pinup model, and she also works at her grandmother's restaurant, but she's also in a band. They went out of their way not to tell you what her job was for a while, so I just like to pretend that she was a drug mule until they proved otherwise. Maybe that's the other job that we'll learn about in the next episode. She has so many jobs that she is also a drug mule, and she hides the drugs in between her enormous breasts. Because I feel like she is very well designed to be what the internet wants her to be. Because she is this busty pink-haired girl who is full of moe. But she also has lots of cats that are super cute and do super cute cat stuff. And I'm like, man, Super Sonico, you are just a few years away from being a crazy old cat lady. You're just lucky that you are a young college girl. But just stay on this track, and you know your future. But she also wears these headphones, all the time. There's even one scene where we see pictures of her as a little girl, and she is wearing the same headphones. I've always found that wearing headphones fetish is one of the strangest clothing fetishes Japan has generated. Because at least glasses are something that you always have to wear. I just feel like I always wear my headphones, and that is my charm point. It's just so strange, but now so prevalent. And Super Sonico wears them all the time. I am sure when she is on the toilet, headphones. When she is going to bed, headphones. When she is chasing down the man who killed her father, headphones. And just in general, she is also in a band capitalizing on that old K-On! Love, which I'm sure has all died because of K-On! The college years, but has continued on in countless other idol shows. But I mean, in the end, I saw some people kind of like really upset about this show. And it's not a show I could get upset about. It's not a show I want to watch more of. Because it's just so slice of life. And look at Sonico and how utterly, uberly, perfectly cute she is. But I can't get upset about the show. There's nothing horribly offensive. It's just sort of a love letter to somebody's fetishes without being too fetishy. And the manager was kind of amusing, but once again, not enough for me to watch the whole show, but not enough for me to be like totally aggravated. There's nothing about her character that's like, man, this really pees me off, or man, this is just like super sexist. It's just kind of this weird fantasy more than anything really offensive. I mean, if you watch the show, I wouldn't be like judging you. I'd just be like, oh, I guess you really like Supersonico. That's just my general feelings. I mean, the show could have been much worse. I've seen much worse with fetishy characters. I mean, that weird Hatsune Miku show was just trying to be like creepily artistic but kind of feeling. This is just providing the exact kind of experience that people who love this mascot character would want. It's no more worse than that or better. That's really all I can say. Alright, see you guys next time.